What is up? What is up, everybody?
Yo.
I am your girl, the princess of all.
I'm Kujo Speaks.
And we are here on the Good Time Show with the lovely, the marvelous Chef Sam. Let's give some applause.
Wow. All right.
Give the applause. Give the applause. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I want to thank you guys for having me over today.
Oh, no
Thank you for coming
problem. No
through.
problem. Listen, we love to eat, so we were super excited to have you come in so that we can ask like all the questions that we've ever thought about asking a chef. Or
I'm geeking.
yes,
You know how they say don't go grocery shopping hungry? I'm adding new one to
Yes.
the list. Do not interview a chef hungry. Because my
Yes.
mind right now, I'm like, oh, tell me how to make this, chef. Tell me how to make that, chef.
I should have brought some food. Now I feel bad.
No, we wouldn't have been able to interview
It's
him.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Sorry.
okay. We'll come to you next time and we'll eat.
It's funny you say don't go grocery shopping hungry. My motto is when you cook hungry. Everything tastes better. All your recipes are going to be right on point.
True. But aren't you fooling yourself, though? Because everything tastes good when you're starving?
Well, honestly, when you're hungry, all your senses are heightened. Your sense of smell, your taste, your eyes, everything is more in tune. Think of it like in the old days, when people were, hunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to get whatever they're going for
That's
because
true.
their belly's telling them.
You will not fail.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, for starters, can you explain to the people what is the difference between a cook and a chef? Because
Sure.
not a lot of people know that there is a difference.
I call myself a chef. I'm a bachelor chef, is what I used to call myself growing up. Take a hot dog and I'm gonna split it in the middle and I'm gonna put some chili in it.
And you know what? Exactly what you just said. A cook or a line cook is mainly just what it sounds like. So our line cooks are set up by our chefs to succeed. All their stuff is either partially made, all the sauces are made. So they're pretty much putting the items together.
They're
How
preppers.
we do have prep cooks too. So
Okay.
Oh, it's different levels.
Yeah.
It's different
it's
levels
levels
to
in the
this.
kitchen. Okay.
So our prep cooks are the heart of the kitchen also. So
Okay.
they're following recipes by the chef that they're implemented on those things. So they're following those recipes and techniques to the T to make sure the product's not only great but consistent every single time.
Right.
And then your line cooks are actually putting those things together. Your chef is mainly orchestrating the kitchen, making sure that all the products are the best that he possibly can get, giving the kitchen the best head start possible. Now there's different levels of chefs, not just hey, I went to culinary school
Man,
now I'm
we
a chef.
learning today.
You know?
I didn't know. Well, I didn't know any of this. Tell me more, please.
So what makes the difference between just a chef and a great chef? A great chef just kind of has to have it with them. It's just something that you're born into. You're a special kind of person, put it that way. Because besides all the food aspect of it comes the leadership and how you handle situations and your calmness, your coolness.
Yeah.
Everybody, you set the tone for the kitchen and the whole restaurant. So
Yeah.
if you're erratic and mad and screaming, guess what? Your kitchen and restaurant's going to be a mess all night.
So
Yeah.
you're like, what's that guy?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
That's
You're
what I was
like
thinking
him.
about too.
So
But that's satire though. Like watching that because I'm like, I wouldn't want to be eating at a restaurant and hear all that animosity in the kitchen. And I'm sure at his actual restaurants, he doesn't do that. Unless now I don't know because
That's show business.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've actually worked with Chef Ramsay. I actually was on one of his shows.
Oh, wow.
My family had a restaurant. This was back in the early 20s.
Yeah.
And nicest guy. He's like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna do and say what you have to get to the level that not to say Chef Ramsay, he's an amazing chef.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I highly doubt if he, starting off in his old restaurant, he's just screaming and yelling at everybody because you won't have nobody working.
I wouldn't think so.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
You
And I mean, that's show business, it's
Yeah.
action. Okay, you're this
Yeah.
person. When you're off the cameras, you can be your person.
Exactly.
So
I
that makes
watch.
sense.
I watch it.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
speaking of different levels to being a chef, how did you become a chef? And what level did you start at? Was it
So-
always in you?
So as I mentioned before, my father had a restaurant. This was when I was 11 years old. Actually, it's two doors down from your studio. That used to be my father's restaurant back in 1994.
Wow.
And being brought up in the restaurant business, it's you're the first
It
board
was
you're
in
going
the
to work.
sauce.
Yeah.
It's always been in the sauce.
It's born in you.
And it was, and really, my dad took me, under his wing, and showed me the whole aspects of everything and how things work, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and here I was, this 15-year-old kid, head saute cook, just busting it out, and there's no feeling like that.
Was that impressive with the ladies?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know how to
You go to
cook
souffle,
good.
baby. I got
So
you.
how does that work at home? Are you cooking a lot at home, or at home are you like, okay, I'm off, I don't want to cook anymore?
Holidays, bigger events, of course I
Yes,
do, because
everyone expects that.
yeah,
I
it's
think
just-
that's just
Right.
Actually, but my wife is, she's amazing. She's, she cooks, she makes pizzas, she's always making food, and you know what? She's Italian also, so she's just brought up in the culture.
Oh yeah.
And,
It does seem like if there's one stereotype about any culture, I would say Italians can cook is the stereotype that I've seen that is mostly true.
oh, you better know how to cook.
Yeah.
You better know how to cook something.
For sure.
Yes. Now, how many locations do you currently cook at, and how many locations are there total?
So currently we have 3 locations.
Okay.
I oversee the Bar Verona and Verona restaurants.
Okay.
Right now, we have another one going up in downtown Detroit, off of 600 Lafayette, and that's going to be inside of a Cambria hotel also.
Okay.
The concept for that's going to be a little different. We're going to be doing modern Mediterranean food. So I'm really excited to go off
Okay.
my comfort zone on this one.
Seared ahi tuna and nachos.
Oh,
I've seen that somewhere in a Mediterranean place. I didn't think I'd ever like something like that, but a very great chef prepared it for me. Changed my life.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just the things that you got to go outside your comfort zone and really dive into. And then, food, somebody once told me, food's like, this is it. We're not coming up with no new foods. So
Yeah.
it's how you make things, how you incorporate things into different ways, and blending those things together that makes great culinary gourmet food.
That is true. That is true. How you blend. Now, speaking of blending, I hear that you guys have a new vegan menu. So how did you choose your options for vegan menus? Because a lot of people think vegan has to be like plain, no flavor, but that's not always true.
And that's exactly right. Been doing this for a long time, and I've been really getting feedback from our customers saying, hey, we're vegan, what can we have? And I'm just sick of giving the same old answer. Here's a salad. And good luck. So I really spent the last couple months trying different products out, trying different vegan cheeses and meat substitutes and chickens and sausage substitutes to find the right products to make great food. Because just because if you're a vegan doesn't mean that you shouldn't be enjoying good food.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've been really working hard the last couple of months, and we put together. This is a pilot, so we did it over in Shelby Township, and it's getting great reviews so far. So I hope to incorporate that in all our restaurants.
Congratulations on that. That definitely is something that's needed. I feel like a lot of times options are low, especially in metro, big city metro areas. There's just the fast food chains, and the big things are going to be quick. But for somebody to come through and give an option like that, and from what it sounds like, it's delicious. So
and I was going to say, people want to eat healthy, but they don't always know what to eat when eating healthy. So now that you have that option, it just gives them a better choice.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what would you say makes Bar Verona different?
So Bar Verona, what makes it different from all the other smaller restaurants and the large, corporate places, is we are not afraid to go out on the edge and try different and cool things. You know what I mean?
We're taking the risk.
That's kind of how we roll.
Yes.
We live on
We're
the
risk
edge,
takers.
so that sounds like something we might be into. I like that.
Yeah.
So, and I give freedom to all my chefs at all the locations. Hey, let's come up with some cool stuff. Let's do this. Let's try this. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to hurt just to try something new.
True.
And you know what? I always encourage all my guys, hey, if you got a good idea, let's hear it. Let's try it out, and a lot of good things come out that way. It might not be what it started, but the end result is amazing, because everybody kind of puts their input on it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a great restaurant a great restaurant.
We should come up with a good times gumbo. Like a vegan good times gumbo to see if they put it on the menu. I told you I'm hungry, chef. I told you I'm hungry, chef.
Well, I have had the pleasure of eating at one of the locations, and you were the chef that day. And when I tell you those mashed potatoes and steak and sauteed spinach, I don't even eat spinach. but that garlic spinach, amazing.
I know.
So I can attest to he knows what he's doing.
I know I'm going to lunch today. So if I do go there for lunch today, what would you say your favorite Bar Verona drink and meal is right now?
For me, I don't drink, so the mocktails are just a wonderful thing.
I
they're
just like you.
just great flavors, natural flavors, not over sugared where you're just like, oh, this is, just you want to enjoy something nice too. Just because I'm not drinking alcohol doesn't mean I can't enjoy.
We want to
Nice
feel fancy
flavor.
and be out too.
Yeah.
Like sprucey.
But
Yeah.
for all my wine drinkers, I mean, we have just an amazing selection of wines. Anywhere ranging from a $20 bottle of wine all the way up to a $400 bottle of wine. So we have a great selection, and then we have just great bartenders that are always coming up with new cocktails. So we always theme it with either seasonal or an event, an Easter or something like that. You know what I mean? So all of our restaurants are constantly just making things fresh. We're weekly beautiful specials. We're not just pulling things out of the freezer and saying, okay, let's get rid of this. No, we're bringing in some good stuff because we want our menu always fresh. We want people coming back not just 1, 2, maybe 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Just, hey, well, I'm going to try everything. I've been in restaurants where people just come and get the same exact thing every single time they come.
That's me.
And that's what I was going to say too. I like the fact that you guys are innovative in that way because there are some places where I love the ambiance so much that I want to go all the time, but I'm so sick of what they offer. Even if it's great, I'm like, I've had that 1,000 times.
Sure.
So to be able to come there and to get something new every time, I think that's incredible.
That's what we're aiming for.
That's awesome.
Now, can people book private events at any of the locations and cater?
Absolutely. All 3 locations we can accommodate. Our Commerce location is it's a beautiful restaurant if you've never made it out there. That restaurant seats 350 people, so we're able to do larger events.
That one, I love it. It has the open kitchen
Yes.
where you can actually see the chefs cooking.
See, in that kitchen, I got to watch my P's and Q's. Our Shelby location, we do have a banquet room, so it's large enough to do events up to 100, even 150 people. Our Washington location, the ambiance there is amazing. It is a smaller restaurant, but we do events there all the time. So all 3 locations, events, no problem. Just reach out. We do off-site catering also. Just got to inquire, and we'll make it happen for you.
You guys can cater your next birthday. Mother's Day is coming up. You guys can cater out Mother's Day. You guys don't have to cook for your mom. You can just order.
For everybody who's coming off of Ramadan here soon, when you want a feast brought to you, love Chef Sam at Bar Verona.
I got you.
Yes. Well, we definitely appreciate you for coming in and just kind of giving some clarity. Now, I do have one last question because I always hear it. I don't know if it's a misconception or not. Between a chef and a cook, is it offensive if someone sends their food back if it's not to their liking or
Great
not?
question.
Absolutely not. I mean, we base our recipes off the broad spectrum of our public. Everybody's got a little bit different taste. We're never going to please anybody. Not anybody. We're never going to please everybody.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if somebody sends something back, maybe it wasn't cooked to their liking, or they just say it wasn't seasoned. So I want to make you happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to be throw. People say, "Oh, I'm not sending that back. I'm afraid they're going to drop it out of the
right."
Never. Hey, we're here for you. We're here to please you.
See, maybe a cook would get mad and drop your food on the floor, but a chef
would never.
Not if I'm around. Then they're going to get a little Chef Ramsay out.
There we go. That is incredible.
Well, that is amazing, people. Make sure you guys follow them, check them out. Bar Verona on social media and Cambria Shelby on social media as well. And you guys can cater. You guys can check out their website, look at their menu, take a view, take a drive. It's very nice. I've been to all 3 of them, and it's my favorite go-to.
I know it's on my plan list for the rest of the week.
Whenever it's date night, I'm like, oh, we're gonna go to one of there.
Let's go somewhere new. How about Bar Verona? I like it.
It's definitely the place to go. It's that grown and sexy, and you can have fun. So, and it's family oriented as well. You can take the kids, but I'd rather not take my kids.
That's hilarious.
Well, everybody, don't touch your dial. We'll be right back. And on the Good Time Show, it's Hot 93.97.
Thanks, Sam.